All day long, it's been a ding-dong battle in the Muangthong Thani Sports Complex for the men's individual competition. China storming out in front with Japan chewing away at them, and Kazakhstan and Korea in there looking for a medal as well. This is, for China, Zhang. Jingling Zhang on the parallel bars. You're watching the best gymnasts in the world. China, the world team champions. And the scores in this part of the competition haven't even looked like ducking down below 9.5, let alone the 9 mark itself. An amazingly high standard. And a lovely dismount, just a slight step sideways for Jingling Zhang. But the degree of difficulty on that routine was 10. And now we move over to the Korean, Dong-hwa Kim, on the pommel horse. The score for Zhang was 9.625, so that was brilliant. Now let's concentrate on Kim. He's a bit of a pommel horse specialist, is Kim, and he's great on the parallel bars as well. Lots of upper body strength, and manages to keep these rotations moving. Great shot of his hands working that pommel horse. Into the scissors section, just touched it with his foot there. I don't know whether the judge would have seen that, but we saw it here on Star Sports. Waiting for the dismount, absolutely excellent. The degree of difficulty on that was only 9.8, so he'll certainly get over 9 for it, but you can see he looks pretty relaxed, doesn't he? Some of the guys really go for it, and the dynamics really show. 9.3 for Dong-hwa Kim, so Korea still nibbling away there. It's going to be a tough one for them because Japan are looking strong. Way on, oh my word, actually that's a pretty dodgy sort of landing. Comes up into that 2 twists. It's not quite 2 twists. His rotation doesn't quite work, and he ends up landing, twisting his ankle and his foot a bit. It's interesting, 1.5 somersaults out of the vaulting horse, and it's sort of 1 3/4 twists from this point. Lateral twist and lands it. He'll have lost some on the landing there. Wei Yang from Hubei, 18 years of age. And, 9.575, so he didn't lose too much. He looked great in the pre-flight and great in the air as well. Right, this is Yang. Lee, sorry. Yu Hyung Lee, 25 years of age. An old Olympian from 96. Came 3rd in the vault in the Asian Games in Japan in 94. See what he's doing. He's going for a free vault as well. Having trouble with the landing. Once again, degree of difficulty on this one as he comes off the springboard on his feet. He comes off the vaulting horse in a straight sort of backflip type mode. 2 twists, 1.5 somersaults. There's the 1.5 and lands it, just takes a step back. If his rotation had been another 10 degrees, he'd have been able to drop out and spot it properly on the landing. But he'll get good marks for that. Very neat in the air. And 9.625, and it's still hotting up here. They're chasing each other around this apparatus. And Yu Hyung Lee shows you at 25, he's still out there doing the business. Okay, Sukahara, Aoya Sukahara. From Tokyo. And he's looking good on the floor. So much height. A little bit, having to make some adjustments there, and a little bit bent at the waist on his landing. He's only 62 kilos, he's 1.65 meters high. He's got great physique for the floor activities. Now the judge is looking for that power and stability into the split. All the traditional maneuvers are taken right through, even at this, going for a lift in the straddle position, nice and steady, and then just bowing the back. Traditional handstand into the roll, and got his breath back for the big one again now. Look at the physique on him, 21 years of age. Oh, double laid out back, and he absolutely banged and hammered that one home. What a way to end your routine, and Japan looking so strong. He was happy with that, you can see. Have a look at this. There's the double laid out. Just a fraction more height, and that would have been just perfect. But you can't ask for much more in a routine like that. Relaxed, good-looking boy. And the whole of the Japanese team are looking so confident here. China have been in 1-2 all day. Japan in third place all day. Just lost it on the twist there. The twists take a bit of the momentum out of the somersaults, and 9.4, so we're still up there. And here's some results after rotation 4, 2 more rotations to go. China 1 and 2. Now Dmitrienko, we didn't see there, from Kazakhstan in 3, and that's where some of the challenges coming from. Lower down the field, you can see it's quite a mixture really. They're all having a bit of a battle, but China and Japan up there with Korea and Kazakhstan nibbling at them. We'll be back with more men's gymnastics, round 5 and 6, and we'll be seeing more from the parallel bars and the rings as well. So stay with us here on Star Sports. Men's gymnastics as we move on to the 5th rotation in this 13th Asian Games, and Yoshihiro Saita going for his vault. Great in the air, just bounced it back on the landing. Just superb twisting. We saw him on the floor earlier, and his twisting within the somersaults is fantastic. Look at that, really tight. And once again, not quite getting enough lift, and zing off that pommel into the air. A little bit bent on the landing. It's only 9.8, so the judges give him 9.550 for a routine that's 9.8 degree of difficulty. Now then, Guanghua Him doing the challenging for the underdogs really, with China and Japan being a bit dominant. Korea are desperate to get a medal. And up on the rings goes Donghua Kim, 2.55 meters from the ground with his hands, looking for continuous movement and holding those moves just like that, without any shaking, any hesitation. That is brilliant control from the Korean, 22 years of age, and it takes the older guys, look at that, it takes the older guys that extra bit of strength, and they can produce these sort of results on the rings. Youngsters sometimes find they haven't got quite the right sort of physique and muscle conditioning. Now they start to wind up for a beautiful laid out dismount. 9.6 say the judges, and so say all of us. Fantastic. Right, on to the floor exercises now. And Su Hang, who's been competing in the FIG World Cup this season, and has been keeping off the floor side of things. Excelled on the rings and the pommel horse in the team event. Let's see what he does when he's looking for individual honours. Whoa! Well, he went into that really nicely, and I think he just somehow or other lost it. You see, he's got his left ankle is bound, and once again, his landings from those big somersaults. Oh, now that is fantastic. It may be just a problem with his ankle on the landings, because this is superb stuff from Zhu Huang. He's leading at the moment, but not by much, I have to say. The standard is so high, there's just fractions of a point between these guys. And a lot of pressure. Whoa! Well, there he goes, Zhu Huang. Coming for his big final now. Can he land him? I think that hurt him. Well, he says, yeah, I got through it. But there were a few problems for the 19-year-old from Jiangsu. But they're firing each other up all the time. The team spirit with the girls and the boys has been absolutely fantastic. Okay, into the basic back flips with a full twist, twist and a half, and that was the end of his routine. Let's see what the judges think of that one. His twists are excellent as well. Just a problem with the landings. 9.5. So he's still up there. Kasamatsu. Akihiro from Tokyo. Now he's landing them firmly, assuredly. Student of the Nippon Sports Science University, producing so many brilliant young athletes. Look at those landings. That's what impresses the judges. No shadow of doubt in his mind that he was going to nail that one. 62 kilos, and he's a tall boy too, 1.72. Look at that, fantastic style. Just keeping that momentum going, and that's power as well as, of course, the skill as he drops into the splits. Now going for the straddle lift. All happens a lot faster than it used to, this, you know, and it's so much more interesting to watch. Elegant lad. He excelled on his vault, he excelled in his pommel. Oh, tucked up for his finale. That has got to be a really high-scoring routine. He's so thrilled with that. And the Japanese team get a big lift as Akihiro Kasamatsu just nails every single bit of aerial work he did there. Just look at this again, perfection. Bit ragged in the tuck back somersaults there. The legs were a tiny bit ragged. Much better that time, and he's spotting his landing well as well. So what are the judges going to give him? Had a bit of trouble with the computers earlier today, but they seem to have got all that sorted out. As I say that, we don't get it. Oh, it's 9.6 for Kasamatsu. 9.6. So, Wei Yang, a young man to watch. Onto the bars, 18 years of age. Been chasing Zhu Huang, his teammate, all day. Those doubles onto the upper arms, we've been talking about it a lot. Some of these guys have really hurt themselves quite badly. They've torn the skin open. Why they don't all wear upper arm protection, I really don't know. But there you go. It's a nice routine from Wei Yang. He hasn't scored anything under 9 points. I was going to say 9.5, but his high bar, he had 9.475. out with a nice pike. See his arm there, we were just talking about that. They go for the doubles, and he goes into a pike, but the only way you can land a double on the parallel bars is to do so with the upper arms. And here we go again the other way. And there's a lot of friction there and a lot of pressure. 9.650 for Wei Yang, and he's still out there in second place. And it looks as if he's going to be virtually unbeatable. Unless this man can do something about it. We've seen some stunning high bar action. Once again, it's 2.55 meters above the mat. Now, look at that. Lovely double. Back with the over grip. Under grip this time. No hesitation. Oh, I can't believe they're doing that these days. It's quite extraordinary. Putting in that full twist and then still maintaining continuous flowing movement. Now the dismount. Oh my word, that is fabulous. Jingling Zhang showing us what high bar work is all about. And the judges think that's great too. 9.625. Superb stuff. So we have a look at the situation after rotation 5, and Dmitrienko is still in 4th place. He's got one of his weaker disciplines to come up yet. He's displacing Zhang at the moment. And the other Japanese waiting poised along with the Korean athletes as well. So rotation 6 is going to be the one that decides the gold medal for sure, because the two Chinese, there's hardly anything between them at the moment. And so it's going to be gold and silver to the Chinese, but we're not sure how. We're going to take a short break, take a deep breath, and come back and join us in just a couple of minutes. The 6th and final rotation, Dmitrienko, Alexei Dmitrienko, 22 years of age. He's been on the scene for such a long time. This is not his best discipline. He's already done his best. He's better at the equipment work rather than the floor. And he's really got to go for it now if he's going to be in the medal chances. 1.65 meters high. My word, that's good. This is the sort of stuff that really stands him in good stead on the pommel horse, and vaulting as well. Little unsteady there. 62 kilos, he's a big man. Put on weight when you get over 21, so I'm told. Okay, a little bit ragged. I think he's got a problem with his foot as well. A little bit ragged into the somersault. Judges looking for this perfect form in the air. Seventh after the team championships, once again not landing that too well, and he limps off. It was pretty evident. I think it's very brave of him actually to go in for that floor exercise, because there's still plenty of gymnastics left in this Asian Games, and he looks as if he's very sore, and this is not what you want to try and land if you've got a bad ankle, because there's an awful lot of impact there. Yeah, and he's just trying to protect it all the time. So the physio will have a look at that for him. And Kazakhstan, I think, have got to kiss goodbye to their medal chances in this particular part of the draw. And he's making the best of it. And I think if they hadn't been in that commanding position going into this rotation, 8.625, it's not going to be enough, I'm afraid. Right, Yang on the high bar. Now this is just, I can't wait to see this. It's going to be so exciting. In a way, to see just two countries being so dominant might have made it all a bit boring, but the standard and the skill like that of these teams and these gymnasts has made it totally electrifying. Just 18 years of age, and I would think he'll have reached his absolute peak by the time we get to Sydney, and we're seeing the sort of stuff that can see this guy with a Olympic gold medal. And look at that dismount, look at the landing. Wei Yang, 9.475. Well, well, well. The beat goes on, as we say. And Japan now have got to try and come back with some sort of answer. Naoya Sukahara, you saw him on the floor just a moment ago. Showing, oh, what brilliant control. That's what the judges want to see, and those rings make it very, very difficult. So it's not just balancing, it's this total rigidity that the judges are looking for, and of course the rings are totally free. Okay, a slightly less degree of difficulty with regards to the dismount, and we'll see what the judges give him for that, but his holding was just superb. So from the big pendulum into that perfect handstand. Great camera shot this. Look at the body form there. There are judges right in front, just slightly off on the landing. There are judges right in front. We get a sort of a 3/4 camera angle most of the time. So if they're slightly off the center line, the judges can spot it. But that shows you he was perfect. He's a machine, I think. No, he's not, he's smiling. So let's see what the judges are going to give him. Oh, now we get this angle. And you can see, just lands it slightly sideways. Tries to cover it up. No hiding place on that blue mat, I'm afraid. Yang was the man he was looking to beat. .650 for Sukahara. Now that's going to shake it all up a bit as we move on to our final discipline for you, and that's Chu Huang, the leader at the moment on the pommel horse. And he was outstanding in the team event on the pommel horse. No reason why it should be any different after a day like today. He hasn't put a foot or a hand or a leg or an arm wrong. Look at this. So much faster than the other guys. Really powering on, keeping that momentum going. I love to watch the hands beautifully into the scissors. The best, literally the best movement into the scissors, although he snagged slightly there, that we've seen all day. And a great dismount as well. Well, I think he's probably signed his own fate. The 19-year-old from Jiangsu in China. And everyone congratulating him. Virtually unbeatable. But I keep saying that. Let's have a look at this, because there's not a lot in it. When the points are confirmed, he just snagged it slightly there, or he'd have probably got another 1/10 or 2/10. Maybe he thought it was all over, and he knew he'd done it anyway. Well, he's not limping as well, is he? Could well be. It's a lot of pressure for these guys. They've been at it all day. This is where he just catches it. Nearly puts him off balance, but he's got such perfect balance, such brilliant intuition. And it'll be absolutely fascinating. I'll tell you what, if you enjoyed this, we've got the results and the medal ceremony coming up in a minute. We're just waiting for the score on this. But we've got the ladies coming up later as well. 9.725. The judges thought he was doing enough on the pommel horse to award him just a stunning mark for the last event. And China have done it again. But Japan put up a brilliant fight. And we'll come back with those results. But up comes the old flag. And I don't think, just a little suspicion I've got, not much of one, I don't think that'll be the last time you see that flag being paraded around the arena at this 13th Asian Games. So stay with us for the medal ceremony and all of the results run down in just a couple of minutes' time. Let's look at that. Huang from Yang, just 0.225 in it, and only 0.225 the same between Yang and Sukahara, if my maths are right. That's less than half a point in the top three. And Huang with 3 9.7s out of the 6 events, and nothing less than 9.5 is the reason that he nailed it. There were some other outstanding performances too individually. Yoshihiro Saito had a 9.6 on the rings. And for Fedorchenko had a 9.85 on the vault. So we'll be looking for some of those guys coming through on the individual apparatus later on in the week. But it's China 1 and 2, Japan 3 and 4, China 5, Kazakhstan 6th, and then Korea 7th and 8th, and Japan 9th. Fedorchenko from Kazakhstan in 10th position. On the podium then, Su Huang, unbeatable. He gets his revenge really on Wei Yang, who came out on top after the team event. So this is payback time, you might say, for Su Huang. Wei Yang moves down into second place for this one. And Naoya Sukahara, who was 4th coming out of the team event, has shown that he's starting to warm up to what's going on here in Bangkok, and he takes the bronze medal. So the crowd appreciating a fantastic day of men's gymnastics. A very proud medal holder there. We're standing by to rearrange ourselves for the ladies. They'll be coming into the arena very shortly, and they of course compete in just the 4 disciplines: the asymmetric bars, the floor, as the national anthem plays there, the balance beam, and the vault. It's been a good year for Huang, standing around 6th or 7th in the World Cup, depending on which events you look at. Competed in Stuttgart, in Zurich, in Paris, and finally in Vancouver this year. It's a tough old season. So thank you for watching men's gymnastics. We'll take a break now.